Kev, a point on the road Tuesday and a really good performance as well. How much confidence does that give you and the lads going into Saturday's game?
Yeah, I think you should do. We obviously would have liked the 3 points, but to come away from home with a point is good. Even though, as you say, the performance maybe warranted a bit more, but I think that's what we try and focus on is that performance, and hopefully results take care of itself. So yeah, we'll take confidence from it, but no, we've got to perform to high levels again to get anything.
And you welcome back Harry Taylor and Gus Scott Morris after they were sent off at York. How important are they for us, and how good was it to have them back in the team?
Yeah, it was, especially they had a bit of a mini break, if you want, because of obviously what happened, and I think it's because we're such a small squad, any time we can freshen up, it probably helps us. Obviously with so many games in such a short space of time, that always one or two fresh and new faces does add probably a little bit to us.
A word for Jason Demetriou as well. He's played 4 games in the last 2 weeks. How impressive is that for him? Yeah,
I think the age Jason is in the stage of his career, to come and do then what he has done and perform the way he has been brilliant. And it was the reason we were desperate to keep him here. And it's his knowledge of the game, and his understanding of the game, and no least his quality. We watched the game back yesterday. In the last 15 minutes, he's flying up the wing, from his position. But yeah, brilliant from him, and from everyone else as well.
What does that show about the squad, that people can sort of fill in where they're needed? Even with a small squad, we've got those players that can fill in if there are injuries and suspensions.
Yeah, and it has been. You've had to do that last few games, and the likes of Moons has had to play a slightly different position, and it's just a situation we're in. People have got to adapt, and hopefully they've all done that, to be fair to them. To a certain extent, Cav playing obviously in defence, but getting back in midfield was important for us, and the more we can get the right players in the right positions, that it will be better for us.
Yeah, and Saturday against Rochdale is a special milestone for you, your 100th game as head coach of the club. How proud are you to have reached that milestone?
Yeah, I think so. It's it's come on pretty quick. I didn't realise too much until the other day, but yeah, it's quick, but yeah, probably long as well at the same time. But yeah, proud of that fact, because your first job, it's always a difficult one to get to that milestone. So just grateful to everyone around the place, the staff and players, and everyone at the club for the support they've given us, and hopefully there's many more.
Yeah, I think people can all see, looking on what you're trying to build in this sort of project that you're here with, the staff you've brought in as well. How do you sort of look back on those first 100 games?
Yeah, a lot of highlights, a lot of good moments. When you look at the crowds that we've got, some of the games, what we take away, I think the connection between the players and fans is massive, and I think no least the amount of quality and players we've got, and I think because the situation we're in, I look at the recruitment we've done, I think that's been brilliant from everyone, from John Steele and all the scouts that go out. So a lot of it was has been working well, we believe. We would have liked to have maybe the playoffs last year, but just missed out. But we wanted to build this year, and we think we're in a good position to take it forward, and we'll look to keep building that.
And you mentioned the connection between staff and players. Would you say that's one of the sort of best things you've built here since you've been here? Yeah,
I think it was one of the most important things, and I think there was a disconnect there before we come in the building. And listen, the football club's nothing without its supporters, and we know that. And I think all we want to do is give them a team that they can be proud of on the pitch, and they can get on board with, and also to have a style and a certain way of playing that excites them, and that they can support, and as they have done. And I think that's for a football club to have that, I think it's massively important.
And you've built a really good sort of staff team here, and this team is very settled as well. Although we haven't been able to add players, it's a very settled team, and we've seen that in some of the performances this season, that they all know each other very well. So how much confidence does that give you that when things do sort themselves out off the pitch, that we can be a really good team in this league?
Yeah, I believe so. We knew back in the summer, back in last year, what we needed in terms to add to the group and the team. Obviously haven't been able to do that, but that hasn't changed, and I don't think it needs loads of work, even when we were allowed to do that. So I think it's focusing on the lads that are here and giving everything, and keep going deep for the club that needs to be looked after. And if we can add a few bits to that, then I think we'll be in a strong position.
We face Rochdale on Saturday, another trip north to face a team who look to have sort of settled into this league pretty well after relegation.
Yeah, very good side, and as you say, it's a real good club, and you know, we've had many encounters through the years in the league, of course, and another one that, you know, for every team, it's a relentless start to the season if you want in, you know, this period of games. So they're no different to us, but obviously we've got to travel up there and hopefully give a good account of ourselves.
How was Callum Powell after Tuesday? Coming off at half time, he seemed with a little knock there.
Yeah, obviously it's, you know, only less than 2 days after that, so we'll assess him today and see where he is. Cheers.
Rest of the team looking okay? I know Wes Fung missed out on Tuesday night.
Yeah, no more today. Obviously we, you know, morning before training, so yeah, a few bumps and bruises from the other night. It's, you know, the second day recovery if you want, but we'll get them out on the grass and do some work today, and we'll see where everyone is.
Have you heard anything from the chairman or the interested parties this week, and if so, what have they said to you?
No, I think there's enough out there without me commenting on, you know, what's going on. We hope things are near. You know, fingers crossed, and we have good news coming, you know, soon. But as always, until you get that, then, you know, we've got to focus on football, and, you know, that's all I can control, and the team and the staff and what goes on that side of things. So we'll let that take care of itself.